seems like my last video has triggered some of the Carmelo Anthony haters. Um, my last video, I talked about how actually it was more Carmelo asking why number 15, the number that he wore, he was on the Denver Nuggets, was given to Jokic. And everybody in the comment section of that video has say collectively have lost their minds, because I think Carmelo's time in Denver is so far back that some of these people probably are not even old enough to remember what happened. Now, as I said in my original video, the Denver Nuggets were absolutely losers. They had, one or two seasons they went to the playoffs. I think they went to the playoffs as the 8th seed and upset the number 1 seed Sonics, I think it was. And ever since then, from basically 93 to 94, I think that was the last time he went to the playoffs, to 93 to 94, almost 10 years, the Denver Nuggets were utter basement-dwelling trash. Before that, in the 80s, they was all right, but they wasn't going to do anything. Up until Carmelo got there, trash. When he got there, he changed them into, I'm about to say champions, not champions, but he changed them into playoff contenders as the 8th seed. Yes, they lost trying to think, was that the first year of when the first round was best of 7? But they only won one game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think some people forget, because they talk about Carmelo didn't do anything, and now they just being, as the comment section goes, I'm about to close that comment section off, because now they getting even more disrespectful about Carmelo. Now people act like Carmelo was nothing, never did anything at all in his whole entire NBA career. But I do recall that he was at that 75th anniversary ceremony as being one of the part of the NBA's top 75 of all time. So I don't know where that disrespect is coming from. I have never seen any disrespect from a player in my life. They only do this with James Harden. And I think James Harden deserves more smoke. But James Harden been to the playoffs more. Yeah, and he squandered all of them. Also, James Harden's been just as many teams as Carmelo, but circumstances are different. But anyways, pretty much from 2003 to at least 2010, Carmelo had that team in the playoff hunt. Carmelo and the Denver Nuggets, during his time there, had to face a difficult West. Carmelo's first year there, Spurs, Timberwolves, Lakers, Blazers, Kings, Mavericks, even the Grizzlies, Suns. Sorry, still going through this flu. Covered from that. Jazz, if I haven't said them already. The West was stacked during that time. The West was no joke. Also playing at the slowest pace as well. Carmelo's still averaging anywhere from 21 to 27, 28, 29 points a game up until he left. Now, in the 08-09 season was the first time the Denver Nuggets, in a long time, got to the Western Conference Finals. And they just so happened to face The Los Angeles Lakers was the number 1 seed that year. I think the Nuggets were the number 2 seed that year. They lost in 6 games. Carmelo, the next year, hearing rumblings of the management trying to break that team up, Carmelo wanted to keep that team. In his own words, on the Smoke podcast, he thought the Nuggets should have kept that team. They was that close from getting to the NBA Finals. Ignoring, actually, that Chauncey Billups was actually 34 years old and Keon Martin was getting up there in age. And the Denver Nuggets management wanted to get rid of both of those 2 players. And also, there was a lockout on its way as well. So Carmelo did what all these players been doing now. They want to leave. And I think some of these people who are commenting in the comments misinterpret what was going on. Because he never wanted to leave Denver. But he had no choice. They wasn't going to keep the players that he wanted to stay around them. And so he did what he wanted to do. The best that he wanted was to go to New York. So that decision was in with his wife at the time. He wasn't completely all sold on going to New York, but it left him with no choice because he did not want to rebuild, especially not knowing what the NBA lockout would bring too. So he was out in 2009-2010 season going to New York. When he got to New York, slowly changed it into a playoff contender as well. Still dealing with, he had to deal with Amari Stoudemire's crap because I think that was one of those years he ended up throwing his hand into some glass to frustration. He ended up giving to J.R. Smith as well to New York, and they went to the playoffs as the Knicks. From then on, it went downhill because the Knicks management sucks. So, as you all know, he went to OKC and Houston and Portland and the Lakers, all these teams blackballed out of the NBA and so on. The disrespect that Carmelo gets, and I'm not even the biggest Carmelo Anthony fan, but the disrespect that he gets is absolutely astronomical, as I see in the comment section. It's crazy how much disrespect he gets. The man is going to be a Hall of Famer, and I think his earliest is 2026. So only in 2 years. He is a top 75 player. He did score over 29,000 points. And I think if he was in his prime today, he would probably be one of the top scorers in the league. So the disrespect that he gets is absolutely astronomical. But I expect people who don't really play basketball, don't really know basketball like that, to understand that. Yes, Carmelo could have did more, could have been better. Yes, he could have. Also, after the whole jersey retirement, I don't even really care about that no more because it is what it is. It ain't my decision. Hopefully one day, management of Denver Nuggets retire, because I think they retire Earl Monroe's number 15 and somebody else, I can't think of the name right now. They both retired those numbers. Both held the same number, 15, and he retired that number. So maybe one day, Carmelo and Jokic will both get number 15 retired. Carmelo did change that team's fortune. People do their damn research and realize the Nuggets, like I said before in the beginning, were utterly trash for almost 10 years after their last playoffs appearance. And let's not, if you look at all the retired jersey numbers from the Denver Nuggets, some of them deserve it. I think Alex English number is retired. David Thompson's number is retired. Doug Moe, coach for that team, is retired. I forgot what I think it's this. The wins he had. Can't think of anybody else's number is retired in the Raptors right now, but Carmelo deserves some respect. Forget the jersey retirement. He deserves some respect. This is not even an indictment on Jokic either. Because I don't even think Carmelo's even mad at Jokic for doing that. I think it's more between him and management. But yeah, this disrespect got to stop. It's gotten crazy. And I thought, shout out to Tiki TV because he talked about this not too long ago. I think it was last week or time. Now, he think the disrespect Carmelo's been getting is crazy too. Not just from fans, from other players too. Particularly Kevin Garnett. But that's a whole different video in itself right there. But from my point of view, looking at Carmelo as a person, it seems like he don't bother nobody. It seems like he minds his own business. I think that whole fighting at the Garden back in 07 is probably crossing people's minds to think he's a certain type of person. You know, his whole appearance where he first came into the league, cornrows and tattoos and all that. And think some people misinterpret that as being, you know, in their words, a thug. I know what they really trying to say, but they can't say it. But no. Carmelo minds his own business, keeps his own. And especially now. But I think out of the whole, what is it, a banana boat crew or LeBron's NBA friends, I think he's probably the most likable. Maybe that and Chris Paul. But anyways, yeah. This has to stop. I had enough of it. Say he's nothing. Act like he's nothing. Act like he's a nobody. Get the fuck out of here with that.